Hi, welcome to another session on trigonometry, and we're going to be looking at a diagram question which requires us also maybe to bring in Pythagoras. Specifically, we're looking at a question from the supplementary paper June 2023. So we're going to start with a question that says us, given that cos 20 is equal to P, and they say without using a calculator, write each of the following in terms of P. So what we're going to do is, the strategy is to rewrite the angles so that we have a 20, specifically cos 20, and that will allow us to relate it to P. So if we look at the first one, 200, we can write 200 as 180 plus 20. And that is actually the reduction formula. 180 plus 20 is in the third quadrant. And if we go to our cast diagram, if you remember your cast diagram, CA, S, T. And in our third quadrant that we are focusing on, which is a 180 plus 20, cos is negative. Only 10 is positive. So this would work out to be negative cos 20 using the reduction formula. And we are given that cos 20 is P. And therefore this will change to be a negative P. And then we have the first question done. We now go to the next question. I'm going to quickly erase that. In the next question, they give us sine of minus 70. Now, the rule for negative angles, you could reverse, and minus 70 takes you into the fourth quadrant, or you could just add 360 to this, and that will bring that down to find you into which quadrant you actually fall into. So if we add 360 to minus 70, that actually gives us sine and plus 360 minus 70 is actually 290. Now remember, 290 is actually in your fourth quadrant, which can be written as, using reduction formula, sine of 360 minus, and that will give me 70. And 360 minus 70 is in the fourth quadrant. And in the fourth quadrant, sine is negative, only cos is positive. And that gives me a minus sine 70. Well, we could have went directly there. Understand that's in the fourth quadrant. And in the fourth quadrant, sine is negative. So we have options. Now remember, the angle that is given is cos 20. So using co-ratios, we can change this to negative. The co-ratio of sine is cos, and 90 minus 70 is 20. And we were given that cos 20 is P, therefore this becomes a negative P. That's quite an interesting question. We're going to go on to the next question. And in the next question, we are looking at sine 10 degrees. Now, there's lots of options we can use. And the first one that comes to my mind that I want to use is, how can I rewrite 10 with a 20? So the first thing that comes to my mind is to rewrite this as 10 is the same thing as writing 30 minus 20. And the reason why I went with 30 minus 20, 30 is a special angle, and 20 we can relate to P. So we're going to expand that using the compound angle formula. Sine, cos, cos, sine. And the first angle is 30. Second angle is 20. And we got minus. That minus will stay the same. And we got a 30 and we get a 20. Now you can use your calculator for special angles. And the first one we got is sine 30. Now sine 30 you can use a calculator, is actually half. And then we got cos 20, which is given to be P, minus cos 30. We're going to use our calculator for that. And that's actually root 3 over 2. And then we have sine 20. Now sine 20 is a problem for us at this stage. So we need to think about. Okay, so the easiest way to actually work that one out, which is your sine, I just want to quickly rub my board. So I'm going to quickly draw a diagram. And we know the angle is 20, so that's definitely the first quadrant. There's our 20. Now they gave us that cos 20 is equal to P. We're going to put the P over 1, and by definition cos is x over r. So my x value is 1. My x value is P, and my radius is 1. Now using Pythagoras, I can find this to be 1 squared minus P squared. So that's the square root of 1 squared minus P squared. And we are in the first quadrant. So if we summarize this, we know our x value is P, our r value is 1, and our y value is root 1 minus P squared. Now, the reason we did that is because we need to find sine 20. And we know sine, by definition, is y over r. So if we look at our diagram, the y value is the root of 1 minus P squared all over, and your r value is 1. And now we can actually simplify this. Half times P is half P. And now we can multiply our numerators, or just bring it down as minus root 3 over 2 into root of 1 minus P squared. And we can leave it there, or we could try and simplify it a little further by finding an LCD, which is 2, and that will give us P minus root 3 times the root of 1 minus P squared. Thank you. So we go to the last question. And if you read the last question, well, we actually finished the last question, which was sine 10. Thank you.